everybody. Welcome to FNS Wrestling Podcast, episode 314. I'm back down in the basement with my co-host and teenage son, Jack, to talk about another week of professional wrestling. AEW Dynamite Deep Dive. Previews and predictions for...
Tell me what's going on. I'm not telling you. You don't get any hints.
For the pay-per-view that is on Sunday night at 7. That is an AEW
well so
offering. That is a new pay-per-view in Montreal.
This is all accurate.
It is called...
That was pretty close.
What is it? Redemption.
There you go.
Nailed it.
Took you long enough.
Okay, so
embarrassing. There's someone who watches the product every week.
Details slip through. You latch on to every detail, and I miss them all. So that's why we're a good team.
That is true. It does astonish me how I've got every detail in my brain. You've got like
0.
Dare I say none of them?
None of them. Virtually none of them. And it works because if we both knew all the details, we would never get out of here.
That's true.
Right? I need the details and you have them. So it's a good relationship. But we'll get to those. We'll do trivia. We'll do news and rumors and stuff. Timestamps for everything to find what you want. It is freezing cold down here. I can't believe you don't have a hoodie on right now.
It's because I'm wearing pants.
Are you?
Yeah.
Because you were at work.
I didn't change from work. So.
You were at work. I was pickleballing. This has been 2 times in a row, touch wood, where it's been your mother's idea to go play pickleball.
That's weird.
She's getting into it a little bit.
Oh, I mean, she doesn't run into walls anymore.
Yeah, she still, when she's playing, she'll just go after the ball. I had to tell her because she got close to one of the walls at the side to stop. We're in a small town, rec pickleball. Do not run into walls for a pickleball. But anyway, so I think she's enjoying it more than usual. And I don't know. I've been doing that and disc golfing and bit of swimming, and you've been working, and you're heading out of town this weekend. Tomorrow. But coming back for Redemption. We're going to watch that together for sure. We'll have our thoughts on that.
We'll have non-wrestling spectators as well. That'll be funny.
Is that right?
Yeah.
She's going to watch it with us? Interesting. So
I told her to second screen it while she plays something on her computer.
Half the notes will be just things she says or reacts to, quite possibly.
Yeah.
So I don't know what else is going on with you. Anything new? What have you been up to? You went out yesterday, I think, didn't you?
Yeah, I was just walking around for a bit.
Nice. Bored?
I guess birthday next Monday.
That is true.
I'm gonna see what birthday money I get and make a play on another lightsaber.
Because there's no figures you really want right now.
No, and it's just I don't even play with them much anymore, so it's that's not much of a thing to do. And realistically, who on the roster do I really want to buy for?
Yeah.
Other than, I'll talk about one later since it's San Diego Comic-Con right now, so I do have some figures I want to talk about.
True.
I'm not at the stage where I need to talk about all of them, but I picked ones I think are interesting, and then obviously pretty much with a few other exceptions, I just keep an eye on what Seth Rollins figures they're releasing, because that's my thing, is I buy Seth Rollins.
You do have a lot of Seth Rollins. So I watched, you're going to think I'm crazy. I watched LFG.
You told me, because you were not what I expected.
Do you know what it is?
Not kind of.
I didn't.
But not really. You could explain it to me. There's probably things I don't know.
It's kind of interesting, I think.
I don't want to watch it.
So, I know you don't. It starts out with Albert and Natty and Booker T.
Oh.
And maybe somebody else I'm forgetting.
Disgusting.
And anyways, it's literally them going, okay, Natty, you're booking this match. And Booker T, you're booking these guys. And then you even see clips of Booker T and, okay, who's a heel and who's a face? Okay, you're going to be a heel. What are you guys going to do?
That's so weird. Well,
and then he's
actually, that doesn't even surprise me because they're so obsessed with peeling back the curtain now.
Yes.
I don't know I wish there was a way we could talk about WWE Unreal more without having to watch it, because there are some interesting things from it. I just don't want to watch it.
The big storyline was, what's Tristan Angel's name going to be? So he's going by his given name, which is Nathan something. And this was the episode. And they were trying to act again, they want it to seem like it's real, but it's obviously as real as reality TV gets, which isn't very real, right? So apparently his thing was, well, I hope you guys give me the name I want because I've already put it on the side of my car and blah, blah, blah. So anyways, and then, they go, okay, what are you guys doing for the match? And the heel guy's well, I'm going to do this and I'm going to give him a noogie and a wet willy. And Booker T is hell no, that's stupid. You're not doing that. And then even briefs after the match, you know what I mean? So Moreno, what's his first name? Romeo Moreno was there with his previous name. And their criticism for him was he was just doing too much, right? It's Bully Bray. That's the other one. It's Bully tough Ray. To Because it's so much them, like you guys need to do less. Like, why are you doing so much? Like, it's that.
When it's Bully Ray.
It's that mentality, right? So,
yeah.
Although he was really happy. I just had no idea that's what it was. I was thinking it was like.
Tough enough.
I guess I was equating it with Evolve more. Like, it's just another lower. I didn't realize it was like.
I still don't think it needs to exist.
It's an interesting concept to be like, this is completely behind the scenes, although I'm sure obviously they're playing it up for the cameras, but like it's definitely not trying to pass wrestling off as real. It's literally like, okay, who's the bad guy?
It's between that and Unreal. It's like they're just obsessed with going behind the curtain.
Oh, actually, one guy says I'm the bad guy, and I don't know if it was Bully or Booker was like super annoyed by that. It's heel, say heel. But
that is the terminology.
It was stuff like that, but I just had no idea what it was, and that's what it ended up being. But anyways, sorry, the non-wrestling banter ended up being about wrestling, but that's okay. Anything else as we get going?
I don't think so.
All right, let's get into it right away. We like to talk about some of the week's wrestling news and rumors. So the first item I have is all Rhea Ripley related. Did we know that she was injured last 313?
Yeah.
So there's been apparently.
Oh, right. We didn't talk about this.
We didn't?
The interim stuff?
Interim, right? So go ahead, explain that first, because that's not part of mine.
They're doing a ladder match at SummerSlam to kind of interim women's champion.
Mm-hmm. So that's the ripple effect, because some of the women they pulled into that match, reports are there were other matches planned for them. So
and naturally, because it makes sense, they threw in the women's U.S. champion because that belt means nothing.
So that's one of them, right? So the first change this report is saying, so Ripley's its torn meniscus, out for a while, obviously. First notable change, the report was saying that Jade Cargill and Charlotte Flair was supposed to be a championship match. So not clear whether it would have been Ripley defending against both or a change before that.
I think it would have been maybe Cargill wins the mid-card belt from Stratton, because that seemed like they had a mini feud going.
Mm-hmm. And then the other is Stratton was scheduled to defend her title.
Maybe not then.
And give, because it's her hometown of Minnesota, so the thoughts were she'll get this big showcase and whatever. But instead, she's now in that ladder match, and so is Cargill, right?
I thought it was funny. Some people pointed out, like, so many WWE fans complain when AEW do interim champions, and I always think it's kind of a weird concept. I don't hate it.
If they're not going to be out for a long time, I understand.
Yeah.
Like, we need somebody for a little, but if you're like, I'm gone for a year, which I don't think meniscus is.
No, that's why it makes sense.
Yeah.
And I also don't hate it because, if it's not for like a year or whatever, you're probably going to have the injured champion feud with current champion anyways.
Almost always.
So the interim champion thing kind of forces it to happen and gives you a reason to. Also, in this case, I think it makes sense because when they redesigned all the belts, they introduced the World Heavyweight title, they made Roman's belt, the gold one, now the Undisputed title. They introduced the women's title that Ripley now has, and it says Women's Undisputed Champion on it. It always has this version, even though it was never unified. Like, Roman's belt said Undisputed Champion because, remember, he unified the WWE title and the Universal title.
Right.
The women's title never had that. So now, when you do the women's champion and interim women's champion, you unify those, then the Undisputed on the belt would actually finally make sense.
Okay.
Which I thought was kind of a funny thing.
And there's our details. There's Exhibit A of, like, you're all the detail guy.
Because whenever you do the unification match, it's always like, oh, blank is the Undisputed champion. Like when Moxley.
Yeah.
The one I always think of was when Moxley was interim champion in 2022 and Punk came back and he squashed Punk.
Because there was dispute because there's two of them. And then when there's one, there is no dispute.
So that's why the women's one thing Undisputed never made sense.
So who are the six people?
I know Stratton's in it for sure.
Cargill.
Sure.
Oh, we don't know. Because I was going to say who
I literally only remember Stratton being in it. I know two people qualified, so I'm going to assume it's Stratton and Cargill then.
Okay, you do your story and I'll have a look.
Because I don't actually remember, and I care even less.
I'm just curious.
As of today, a lot of the WWE releases are free agents. So Aleister Black and Zelina Vega.
Okay, hold on. I did the same, but let's play the game of
where do you think they'll go?
Where they go?
I was thinking of that.
So one at a time. Go ahead.
So Aleister Black. I'm saying TNA or New Japan.
Yes, because AEW I think is off the table. I would say New Japan if I had to guess.
I feel like he'd be really cool there.
He would.
As long as he's willing to play ball. He needs to actually.
He's not.
That's like. There's
no evidence of that.
That's what honestly. if that's the case, then I lean towards TNA because they're more likely to play ball with him.
Yeah.
Zelina, she feels really TNA to me.
Well,
I think there's a small chance
wherever he goes, right?
Yes, but I think there's a small chance she ends up in AEW to go with Andrade, but I don't really see it happening because now he's
That'd be amazing.
I really don't think he needs her at this point.
No, but they were a great act.
They were, but
that they didn't.
Andrade's so different now. I don't think he needs her. So she seems like TNA for me. I know she was there like forever ago, but I'd like to see if she's more evolved since then.
I could see both of them showing up in TNA.
TNA just, I mean, we see that with like most of them, but
there's so many, and then back to NXT. Yeah, that's the joke.
Machine Guns, I think they're going to AEW.
I think so too.
And I've been kind of.
You've been, and
I'm not even like the biggest Machine Guns fan. I just think of like for veterans, they can still really go.
It'll set up a bunch of cool matches.
Actually wrestle.
Yeah,
because I never watched them a ton in TNA. I sure as hell didn't watch them on main roster. So I want to see them actually go.
Yep,
and I know they could.
They're great.
Something that'd be great. Wyatt 6. I don't even know. I know Gacy's already doing independence.
So I could see Loomis back in TNA.
I agree. Rowan, I don't see him doing much. I feel like he's kind of older now. I don't know if he's even going to be doing much.
Gacy, he's pretty good. He might just go back on the indies. Yeah.
I see indies. I think his ceiling is TNA as well.
And isn't Nikki Cross already doing a...
I think she's doing... Her and Damo own Progress.
So I was going to say own a promotion.
I can see her just wrestling there.
Yeah, probably true. Kairi Sane, right?
I could see her going to Stardom.
Me too.
Where she used to be.
I think so.
Maybe AEW, but I feel like Stardom's more likely since she wanted to live in Japan, I think.
I think there's a bit of that, right? Like I'm sure part of you just always, could go home for a while, no matter what country you're from. Going back to that country would be nice.
After she left WWE the first time, she was a bigger deal in Japan, and she became, I think she was the first IWGP Women's Champion, right?
Yeah.
So I could see her going back to Stardom or New Japan, whatever, being a bigger deal over there. Santos Escobar, I'm pretty sure he's gonna end up in CMLL.
You think so?
I swear I saw him posting or saying something about it, and then he could parlay that into AEW appearances at least.
That would make sense.
So I see him going to CMLL for sure.
I was going to say AEW, but that makes sense too, because then he could kind of do both.
Yeah, and I'm sure CMLL would be more comfortable for him. He could probably go back to being Phantasma if he wanted to.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Or Cuerno. I don't know if he would bring that one back.
I don't think so. That might be the property of Lucha Underground.
Yeah. The last one I had was Zoe Stark.
That's the last one I had too. I don't know. MLW?
Yeah.
I guess TNA?
She seems like an indies person, though.
They don't seem to be focusing on women, looking for women. I don't know. She's good, but she's not young, and she has lots of injuries
she's just really
on the
boring,
legs.
Too.
Yeah, and
like as a character.
She's cool to watch wrestle.
Kind of neat. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see where any of those end up. It'll be in our news if they show up somewhere for sure.
Yeah, the only one I really honestly care about is Machine Guns.
So where do you think Ty Mello will go? Because she is Tony Khan confirmed she's leaving AEW. She did.
I heard that she just wants to get away from wrestling.
She requested her release and it was granted. That would probably make sense. She does have a young kid, right?
Yeah.
And also, I'll throw it in there. TK also clarified Sammy Guevara is still with AEW and going. Because the big thing is like, he doesn't say he's with AEW. And TK's thing was, I don't think it ever did say that. But anyways, seems to be like trying to squash the speculation that Sammy's on the way out too.
I really don't care where he goes.
I don't either. TNA.
Yeah. To NXT.
Yeah.
WWE announced they're doing Mania watch parties next year across the US since it's in Saudi because they still gotta make that money.
Okay, this was part of mine, and this is something I wanted to talk about too.
One of them is at like that theater that's in Madison Square Garden, which I think is alongside AAA is doing an event that Mania weekend and NXT Stand Deliver. So I think it's AAA Eternal Glory and Stand Deliver.
Yep.
I think they're the same venue, same day. I honestly haven't looked.
I don't know. I didn't.
So because obviously they're doing all this extra nonsense to make more money and compensating for the fact that Mania is not the big American thing this year because Saudi people paid more. I'm really hoping AEW runs something big on Mania weekend because yikes. Apparently, the reason WWE booked so much stuff for MSG is because they had concerns AEW be running New York over Mania weekend. So, of course.
So, I think there's a couple things. Obviously, TKO is like, how can we make money?
Despite wanting to make Saudi money for Mania.
The article I was reading was kind of framing it as they're trying to lock down wrestling fans for that weekend. But so that's what made me start thinking and going, okay, so the type of WWE fan who's going to pay good money
to watch WrestleMania on a screen.
Right. Are those the people?
I don't think they were ever on AEW.
I don't think so. I think the people that are more likely to check out, and I agree with you. I think AEW should do a show that weekend. I think the people more likely to check that out are the ones who are like not that hardcore,
but would have probably gone to Mania in like maybe the upper seats if it was in America,
and are now like, well, I'm not real happy with it being there, and for whatever reasons, and then maybe I'll check out this other thing.
Because like we would never, if we were like American citizens and watching wrestling, I don't think we would ever pay for a Mania watch party.
No,
because the only time we did something like that was when Rumble was on after our Smash show, but that's because like you get to go to an indie show and that's like, oh, okay,
we were there.
Rumble's on the big screen.
We were literally there anyways.
Yeah.
So I don't think those are the same people. The people that are going to go to these watch parties are not the same people that might check out.
I don't think
AEW.
It's really going to detract much from AEW's audience if they run a show. I just think it's going to capitalize. WWE's going to capitalize on those people who want to spend the money on their crap but aren't going to Saudi.
It's more and more and more becoming a product for wealthy people, right? Like nothing's affordable in WWE anymore.
Wealthy idiots.
But anyways, what else do I have? You took a couple of mine. That was that one. Did you see whose contract's been extended with AEW?
Oh,
you're not going to be thrilled.
Wardlow.
No. Female?
Thunder Rosa.
No.
Sky Blue.
Anna Jay.
Ugh, that's worse.
But she's out with an injury. Why sign her?
Why keep her?
That's what I'm saying. Is this, because I'll give WWE crap when I think they're doing it. Is this just like, we don't want WWE to have her?
Why? Who cares?
I don't know.
They can have her.
Because I think to a certain degree, we've said this before, our problem with her is she's not a good wrestler. That is less of an issue in WWE.
Yeah.
So, but she's also not a good character or
she's not
talker.
That great of a sports entertainer.
So it'll just be the look, and they'll hope that they can teach her.
Well, her like catchphrase for a while was badass related. So.
Yes. But so yeah, she's going to stick around. I included that just for you because I know you're a big fan of the Thigh of Doom. I only have one more.
Yeah. Last one was, I think it's from like about a week ago, but I don't know if we talked about it. Vikingo's expected to be out for 9 months following ACL surgery, and of course vacated the Latin American.
Right, he was pulled from some match quickly, right? Because they did
NXT.
An angle, yeah. Right. Yeah, that's too bad, but I mean, his style, like he's gonna, like Mysterio's had a million leg things, so get ready.
Mysterio somehow doesn't die though.
When you work that way, he does. He keeps coming back.
The next Rey Mysterio is always Rey Mysterio.
Maybe there's been multiple. Who knows? Conspiracy theory to start.
It's like Sin Cara.
Yes, exactly. Last thing I had, and it's obvious, the visa issues that were affecting specifically Clone and Beast Mortos have been settled. We can tell they're in the match at Redemption, right?
Mortos is.
And Clone didn't win the qualifying match?
We don't know yet.
Oh, when is that?
Collision.
Oh, tomorrow.
So probably
Saturday.
Okay.
That makes sense. So we'll find out. But they are two guys we really, really enjoy, even though they don't win a ton of matches at this point.
I miss seeing Clone regularly because Clone was awesome.
So I'll be glad to have them back for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, wraps up news. Moving into our in-depth review every week. That is looking at Wednesday night's episode of AEW Dynamite. We watched this week pretty close to live, not entirely. We got
it ended up being live.
25-minute delayed start and caught up with commercial zapping. So yeah, talk to me about it.
Yeah, there's a brief bit with Omega and Ospreay backstage. Ospreay's hyping up the main event because they're teaming with Moxley, and him and Omega teaming together have been undefeated, I think. They're both like, oh, if you need a rest, you can tag each other because they both have matches at Redemption. The Mox comes in, notes how there's no tension in the room, and then leaves, and that kind of creates tension, which Omega mentions.
Were they being like passive aggressive with each other though?
I don't know.
I feel like maybe, right? Maybe. Like there's something there, obviously. And Moxley sort of comments on it. Yeah. And it's one of the like, can they coexist, right? It's the trope in wrestling.
Yeah.
And we're here.
Yes. I thought it was solid. There wasn't a ton here for me.
Yeah, it was good.
Then we get Kevin Knight defending the TNT Championship against Darby Allin.
Damn it, I put TBS title.
No, TBS is women. That's all you need to remember.
True, I should know that.
Yeah.
I remember that because of Cargill for some reason.
Because she held it for
I know, and it was
long time and sucked.
Yeah, I guess.
We got the ring level ramp back. We got some brawling on the floor, then they go into the crowd. Darby runs up and he clotheslines Knight to send them both over the barricade back to ringside. He seats Knight on the barricade in front of the timekeepers area and dives from the top to the timekeepers area. They don't break the table, they just kind of lay on the table and then like fall off the table. Knight shoves Darby off the ramp and crotches him on the barricade. Thought that was a
very much so
interesting spot, a ballsy spot, pun intended.
Ha.
Avalanche Code Red from Darby. Knight somehow ended up landing on his stomach there. He did like an extra.
Yeah, he did an extra.
How he managed that, but
it looked dangerous for a second.
And then we got regular Code Red for 2. A big tilt-a-whirl backbreaker from Knight for 2. We get ref bump. Knight hesitates on a belt shot, and then Darby with a Scorpion Death Drop. He goes up for a coffin drop. We end up getting a belt shot anyways. Coast to coast, UFO splash. Knight gets the win. And then after the match, we get Fletcher and Okada making entrances because we'll get a bit of a promo after.
And they were saying that was the move that injured Darby, right? The coast to coast.
Yes, in the C2.
So it's like he showed, I guess, like this moment of hesitation because, again, the story is like Knight's not that bad a guy. There's still good in him. And so he does hesitate and then follows through and not only uses a belt to cheat, but goes back to a move that injured.
Yeah.
So it's like he's overcompensating almost, right?
Okay, I like that.
Right? Like, I'm going to show you guys I'm not still good and I'm going to do something.
I like the story with the finish, but I think these guys have had better matches and probably can have a better match. Probably with
I thought it was good, but
they've had better matches,
yeah.
Right? But I like the tease with the finish. I thought it was a good way to kind of continue this inner conflict story we set up last week. So that was good. And I thought they had some really cool spots, but it's just not as...
They fought a lot before the bell even rang, right? This one make minutes.
Not as exciting as their other matches.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's fair.
Then we get the Callis family in the ring. Renee's talking about all their big redemption matches. Davis says the only way he has a match of redemption is if Andrade can scrape himself back up after he beat him down. I assume that's a collision thing. I don't know. He already beat him up, I guess. I don't know. Knight says he knows he'll become Jet 2 belts because he broke Darby and he broke his record for most defense of the TNT title. And he kind of takes a shot at like Fletcher holding that record before. And he says he did it without the Callis family. Then Knight and Fletcher kind of have a standoff. Fletcher says Knight thinks he's real impressive and he hopes Knight becomes Jet 2 belts and says he doesn't need the help of the family to defend his title either. So he'll make sure everyone's banned from ringside when he beats Bandito and for Hino Okada's match with Brodito coming up next. So he tells Knight to get the hell out of his ring. I thought this was good because I just really enjoy setting up the growing heat between Knight and Fletcher. I think it's great, and I love Angry Fletcher. And between the finish of the opener and the Knight talking about winning without the Callis family here, the turn back to light is getting teased more and more, I think.
Right, like I'll do it on my own.
And I think it's even potentially somehow pushing Fletcher to leave because it's emboldening him to do things on his own, right? So we're kind of going in that direction too. And then I kind of said to you in the moment, getting Brodito Proto Okada with like no notice is
pretty awesome.
A crazy thing to do.
Yeah, definitely. So again, there's always problems in the Callis family, right? They're just huge egos and it's really hard to manage them. So it's like there's never ending fires that Callis sort of has to put out. And this is just the next one.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. And again, like getting a Brodito Fletcher Okada match just out of the ether is pretty fantastic. Yeah, I agree. For
sure. Then we move right into what is Brodito versus Proto Okada. We had a big double flapjack from Proto Okada on Bandito. Brody King got the hot tag. He had a really nice Death Valley driver on the apron to Fletcher. Corner clothesline to Okada, then a big clubbing lariat for 2. Fletcher absolutely smashes King with that running corner kick, and then King ends up countering the brainbuster and will end up landing a black hole slam for a 2 count. Bandito goes for a springboard moonsault, gets caught midair with a super kick from Fletcher, goes for a power on Bandito, counters in a sunset bomb for 2, and Okada almost doesn't break the pin.
He did not really break the pin.
Fletcher eats a cannonball from King and a frog splash from Bandito for a near fall. We got an accidental rainmaker to Fletcher, then King takes out Okada, and we get Bandito with a 21 plex to Fletcher for the win. I thought it was a great TV tag. I could only imagine this was pay-per-view time.
Awesome, yeah.
That would be just amazing. But for TV match, I thought this was excellent. Crisp action, especially when we had Fletcher and Bandito. I think that match is just going to be insane.
It will.
And we got more Callis family issues because Okada's yet again accidentally hitting teammates with rainmakers, and Fletcher was like angry after.
And Okada's apologizing, and then as soon as Fletcher turns his back, his face just goes neutral.
As Okada does, right? So I like that. We'll see where that goes.
Yeah, there was a couple things. Remember, Callis was talking about how he likes really long people in his family, and then they were, I think it was Excalibur's like, well, then you would love to have Brody King. And remember what he said?
Oh, yeah, he likes him, but then
the problem with Brody King is he likes to think for himself. Yeah. I thought the crowd here, like this was not a hot crowd this week, I didn't think. They were trying at points. You know how some crowds are like, they get up for the big moments and stuff, and then some crowds are just hyped the whole time. These guys were not hyped the whole time.
I'm estimating the crowd for the pay-per-view should be good since they're in Montreal, and it's also the pay-per-view.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah.
Really good match. Like, just a reminder of how kind of special Brodito are, right?
Yeah.
And again, just a match out of nowhere. And classic wrestling, I mean, we're going to talk about it more in depth, but I think Bandito getting the clean pin on Fletcher here kind of telegraphs the pay-per-view, right?
It does, but that's fine.
Yeah.
It was one of the matches where I was already kind of like, I know who's winning.
And then more Callis issues because we got friendly fire between Okada and Fletcher, right?
Yeah.
So there's all kinds of stuff.
I like it.
Yep.
Then we got a Painmaker vignette, which I did not take notes on because I was laughing.
You were laughing pretty hard.
I thought this was hilarious.
It was so corny and so...
It was so cringeworthy.
I felt
corny and like... Like I told you, it felt like satire.
You know when I used to watch like really cheesy small federations just for something to do? It felt like that.
Like Jericho's just like talking about like being a scar and like
in his Painmaker stuff.
And, like,
it was.
I was dying the entire from the first line I started laughing and I just laughed through the whole thing. I thought it was hilarious.
It feels beneath a top 2 company in North America on their flagship show.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those things.
I thought it was great.
It was one of those moments where if some non-wrestling person walks in and goes, "What are you?
I would be embarrassed.
What are you watching?" It's like,
I
a 50 whatever year old man with really terrible face paint,
makeup. Yeah. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, you did. You enjoyed it.
It was awesome.
It's going on the list probably.
Yeah, it might be. It was great. It was the best thing on the show. Anyways, next, why is my thing frozen? There we go. Oh. There we go. Okay, my thing was frozen for a second. And then we got Tekla and Willow. They're face-to-face on the stage, and it's hosted by Mick Foley. I don't know why. Tekla comes out first. She brags about being Tekla 2 belts because Triangle Madness won the Artists of Stardom Championship, which is the Trios titles. Good time to say it. I think all Stardom titles are ugly.
They are not attractive.
They're like star-shaped and...
really basic.
I'm pretty sure like all Stardom belts are like...
stars. It's their brand.
It is, but like...
makes sense.
Can I see like... the World Stardom Championship, that one's a star. Like, they're all just they all look the same for me. It's just like various colors, and it's even worse because the trios titles, which they have, are like each of the straps are different colors. And you will see when they come out in this run, in this segment, and also in their match later on, Julia Hart and Sky Blue, like their arm sleeves are corresponding to their belt strap colors.
Oh boy, you do notice things.
So I was like, oh, okay.
No clue.
Sure. That's great. But like almost all the belts are like stars, except for like, I guess, okay, so I'm just looking at the list of belts right now. The New Blood tag titles are not. I know that, I think the faceplate of those is the same shape as all, like, you know, like the strong openweight titles? Same shape as that. I'm pretty sure those belts are like only for rookies. So it's like if you've been there for like a year less, I think you can hold those belts, which I think is interesting. And then I guess the IWGP Women's Championship, which I mentioned earlier, is technically under Stardom, so it's like that one's looks more like an IWGP belt, which isn't good. But yeah, like pretty much all their belts are stars, and I hate it.
Yeah, I'm looking at a bunch right now.
Yeah, they're not good. Anyways, then Willow comes out and she panders to the fans a bit. And she says it's great to see Tekla face-to-face and not with a sneak attack. She's close to fulfilling her dream of becoming AEW Women's World Champion now that she's back. And Tekla says it's great to have Willow back. She says she knows Willow is made of rainbows and birds chirping, but she's talking to the toxic one, and she's not buying any of her crap. Willow puts on a mask every time she comes out here, and she's bottling it up and smiling anyways. She's poisoned inside, and Tekla will beat it out of her so everyone can see how ugly she is. Willow says she never has to pretend who she is, and everyone knows Tekla's toxic shtick is a facade. Tekla talks all big because she feels so small, but Tekla has swagger and it got her 2 belts, but she only cares about one of them. Tekla disses Foley. Willow says she's acting like a dumb bitch right now, so I think that's when Tekla ends up taking Willow's line. And she says, when she's staying over Willow and her dreams are shattered, remember to smile anyways. Tekla with a cheap shot. She uses Foley as a shield for a second, then decks Willow with the mic and holds up her belts. She takes her belt off, like our actual pants belt, to try to whip Willow, but Willow pounces her out of the ring. I thought for a women's segment, this was really good because
they needed more of this sooner too, right? Like
they've done these face-to-face segments before with women, but like usually they're not that good because it's either like Storm's the champion and it's her over the top bullshit,
and then someone having to work off that, which is hard.
Or it's Statlander,
yes, who's
not anything really. So I thought like I think Tekla having Tekla as champion is so much better because she was great here. And I thought her character was really great in this, and I thought. We talk about usually like an in-ring styles clash, but I thought this is such a good styles clash of characters. Just because Tekla's such a arrogant bully who's like wild and all over the place, and Will is just like the pure baby face, and I thought it worked really well. So I hope the match delivers because I think this segment build alone was, I thought, really good.
We've always said Willow's an amazing babyface, and they just need somebody to work off of her, and Tekla's great. I
think Tekla is the one to work off her, yeah.
I find her super entertaining, too. It's like she's always had a couple drinks and is willing to say anything to anybody. She's obviously trying to get under Willow's skin, and then Willow shows a little bit of edge, too, because she just turns it around and tries to get under. Like, you're doing the same thing. You're wearing a mask, too, and you're not really who you are.
Yeah.
I didn't like when Foley starts speaking up and making it about him, but I guess they were just setting up.
Yeah.
Tekla disrespecting him.
His speaking role was over with quickly enough, I thought.
Yeah, I thought it was a good go-home segment, too. I just wish they would have done more stuff with like this energy sooner.
They could have done some segment for them last week because I guess Beach Break 2 weeks ago we had Willow win the gauntlet, so I guess there was not that much time, but they could have done something last week.
I am interested in your thoughts on this match when we get to the preview, which we'll do right after Dynamite, I figure.
Then it's a Sheeta My World promo package quick. I'd love for My World to win this and get the TBS title at Redemption, but we'll see. Then we get Switchblade, Jay White, and Clarketh Connors. So we finally get to see some Switchblade action because we don't watch Collision, so we didn't see his first return match. We got the full Bang Bang Gang entrance with the theme song, which is wonderful. Although I've noticed it was interesting they had the Switchblade sound effect before the beat drop instead of the guns up. I actually noticed. Good on you.
I noticed that. I didn't notice it was different from the whatever you just
Usually
said.
They do like the Bang Bang Gang and then guns up.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
Jay White's still rocking his weird baggy pants. I don't like it.
Sure.
Usually
you did mention
he
it.
wears tights like this.
Yeah.
This figure I'm holding up. He doesn't now. I don't like it. Hopefully he does at the pay-per-view. I don't know. He also has Finley Shillelagh.
He does.
Which I think is funny because he used to carry around that gold baseball bat after he was feuding with Darby. So I like that he's got like the Shillelagh now. And then Clark Connors came out using his solo theme, which I thought was great because his theme song is really good.
It is pretty good, actually.
I with Clark Connors I don't really care because his theme song's great, but I really like the Dog's theme song as well. I like both. Heavy chops from Switchblade. We got Gorebuster on the apron. Connors is using the ref as a distraction. Hot shots Switchblade over the ropes, which is like you like pull their throat over the top rope. Then we get a spear through the ropes to the ramp, which I thought was pretty cool. White's draped on the apron. Connors does like a run by with a shoulder block. That was cool. Jabs and chops in the corner from Switchblade. Counters a lariat into a DDT. Pounce like shoulder tackle from Connors. Switchblade slams the Uranagi for 2, which I miss his Uranagi. It's so good.
It is nice.
His Uranagi to me is like Fletcher's Michinoku driver. They just do it better than everyone else.
Yep.
Back and forth, and Switchblade lands that cutthroat suplex, which is also sweet. Finish was a bit of a surprise. Switchblade counters the spear and grabs Connors in like a guillotine, which he changes in like a bridging guillotine for a submission win. So I didn't like that because no Blade Runner. Then he hit one after the match anyway.
He did.
So Blade Runner's still the finish, which I like. I don't mind him adding something new to his repertoire as long as we're not cutting the Blade Runner out.
No, the Blade Runner looks good.
Finley hits him with the Shillelagh. The Bang Bang Gang come out to run off the Dogs, and we'll follow up on them in a little bit as well.
I thought it was a really good match.
I thought it was solid.
Connors got a lot, despite taking the loss, but that could just be like White's on his way back, right? Sort of thing.
Switchblade looks as good as ever, I thought. I don't know if they ring gear as much, but he looks as good as ever. I forgot how good his chops are, and he's just so fluid and tactical. I always enjoy his work. His style is so cool.
He's like I think they consider him like a counter wrestler kind of.
They have mentioned that. Yeah, he's really good at that. He's so good. Babyface or heel, he's awesome. And I keep saying I hope we get a tag match announced for Redemption.
Connors is better than I thought he was too.
I agree. I think Connors is pretty good.
There's something about the way he carries himself too. Like I quite enjoyed this match.
Yeah, I thought it was excellent. And the post-match angle is solid. We'll get more on that in a little bit. Then it's the Cage and Cope promo. They get attacked by Death Riders pretty quick. It's just Pac and Claudio. Pac curb stomps Cope on a road case. He says he can't believe they had the audacity to challenge them. It wasn't very wise. They've been off more than they can chew. They'll remind them what Death Riders are capable of. I like this because I always love when Pac gets to be the mouthpiece.
That's what I said. Always nice to hear Pac talk.
He always deserves to. They just don't have a chance of winning, which sucks because that seems to be Pac's role
a
lot of the time.
And I like Claudio just standing in the foreground looking big.
But Pac's an excellent promo always, so I was glad he got to speak here.
Yep.
Then we get Divine Dominion defending the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championships in a no DQ match against Sisters of Sin with their color coordinated gear to their belts.
This was something.
Oh, interesting. A cannonball from Hard off the apron, like she like barely jumped off. She was like, she
had some stuff in this match that looked the opposite of impactful.
I then wrote Julia Hart does more bad things.
Yes.
Then she accidentally hit Sky Blue. Not accidentally like a botch, like it was obviously
it's just slow and like
not impactful.
Yeah.
It looks stupid.
Yeah.
The Sisters of Sin powerbomb Bane through a table on the stage. We got Divine Dominion with the corner barrage to Hart for 2. Blue broke the pin there. Everyone's holding a belt because you have the women's tag titles and Stardom belts. And it's, oh my god,
so many belts.
There's a back and forth. Sisters of Sin hit DDTs onto the Stardom belts. Cross with the super chokeslam to Blue through a table on the floor. That was pretty cool. Hart locks Bane in an octopus hold. Bane eventually gets out and hits a spinning tombstone. Tan chokeslam from the champs, and they retain.
You pointed it out early when we were watching it. Who are we supposed to cheer for?
That was one of my main issues. So I thought this was fine.
I thought by the end it was. I like Divine Dominion. I do. I'm waiting for them to find like their opponents, right? Because they are big, intimidating.
I think it's Brawling Birds
with tandem moves and stuff. Well, then get it moving. I agree. Know. But I thought it ended up being. It was
pretty rocky at times. I think there were some spots that I thought were cool.
It was fine despite Hart. I didn't notice Blue being as. I thought Julia Hart looked rough.
She was pretty rough. They found their footing eventually. It's just having this be heel versus heel is not great, and that's my concern if we do Tekla Monet at All In, which I'll talk about in my picks as well.
Yes.
But like this is a kind of a proof of concept for me. Like that you have Tekla's allies versus Monet's, at least like they had an alliance the other week, right? Yep. So for all intents and purposes, the allies of what right now is the All-In women's title match.
And it felt a bit.
And it fell flat in terms of that dynamic. I'm not saying the match was completely horrendous, the worst thing I've ever seen, and was terrible solely because of that dynamic, but it clearly doesn't work. There's a reason heel versus heel matches never really work that well.
I'm not rooting for anybody to win
because
in that match.
Babyface is like, at least like is the universe where you're supposed to root for either guy or girl. So it's like no matter who you root for, it makes sense to root for wrestler A or B. The only time I'm okay with heel versus heel matches is when we do in like the C2 where it's like, okay, it's at least 4 points in a tournament. It's like they have to wrestle anyway, so it makes sense. And it's like, okay, I'm going to root for someone. Like we had Pac Fletcher last year. It's like they're both heels, so it works.
Yeah. I thought the match ended up being fine, but there were some issues there for sure.
I would say a little disappointing just because these
not as violent as some
no DQ women's matches usually are
bloody messes.
Top notch.
This was not.
More violent and just better.
Yeah.
Bang Bang Gang promo. Juice is angry. They want to chain the dogs up. So double chain match at Redemption. Switchblade says they'll give them the beating Finley's father should have given him. They'll make a man of him yet. Guns up. I'm happy about this. This gets me the match I wanted, and I think the stipulation should be good. I think it was a real missed opportunity to make a dog collar match because it's just right there.
Attaching wrestlers together is never my favorite, but
AEW has a history of making that good, though.
It will be
they've
violent.
had really good strap matches, and they had a really good they've had some really good dog collar matches before.
Yeah, I'm more open to it than I used to be, for sure.
Yeah, I agree. Like in AEW, we always give this kind of stipulation a chance because they've proven they can do it well. So I'm excited. Yeah, I think it should have been dog collar because they've been really leaning into the dog thing. Like there was this one promo on Collision where the Bang Bang Gang were at like a dog shelter. And we're like saying that they should put the dog up for adoption. And there were actually 2 dogs named Clark and Finley.
Nice.
That were like actually up for adoption. So it was also like a promo for some dog shelter too, which was kind of cool.
That's funny.
But like, yeah, so they have been leaning in the dogs thing because, you know, Juice is just
crazy
funny.
Yeah.
So I think they should have done the dog collar thing, but that's okay.
Yeah, this will be interesting.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Or a dog leash match where it's just like a strap, but like, you know, it's a leash.
Kennel from Hell.
That's what they should have done.
For sure.
Or like do like a cage match, but it's got like a doggy door on it instead.
There you go. The only way to win is by escaping through the doggy door.
And yeah, instead of Death's door, which we just had, it's Dog's door. It could work. Then we get Kenny Omega, Jon Moxley, and Will Ospreay versus the Cal family.
Moxspray,
or the Omega Powers is what we called Omega and Ospreay last year.
Right.
I like calling them Moxspray.
Moxspray is good.
They have their tag match on the Redemption. Hey, I haven't heard anyone else coin that, so that was me. I
Really?
did that.
Interesting. I like it.
Moxbury is my thing. It's Hechicero, Cage, and Doyle for the Cal's family, so real A squad.
B team? Got no problem with any of them.
No. I think A squad right now is probably Fletcher, Okada, Knight, maybe Davis.
Yeah.
And then B team's like these guys, and then C team is just RPG Vice.
Davis is like A-.
Yeah, but I'd still put him A team right now based on how he's been booked.
Yeah.
And then C team's probably RPG Vice and Archer.
Yes.
Because I forget Archer's even there. Oh, Clone's probably B team too.
Yes. He's above Rocky Romero.
Am I forgetting anyone else? Josh Alexander, because he's injured.
He's somewhere in there.
He's B team.
B tier.
He's B team. He's not A team.
No, definitely not.
The A team is very clear. It's those four, sorry, because we include Davis.
Yeah.
Would have been Takeshita if he was there.
For sure.
And Ospreay when he was there. But and Andrade, I think, was A team generally.
Probably, yeah.
Because I feel like he wasn't actually in the Cal's family for that long.
No, he wasn't.
Because he made his return, I think it was in October last year. But then there's that whole contract spat, right? So then he wasn't there for a while. I don't even remember when he came back.
And he never seemed happy there the whole time.
Came back in January?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he came back at Maximum Carnage.
Maybe.
I don't know. Anyways, Omega's reluctant to tag Mox. Ospreay encourages it. Omega eventually obliges. Ospreay lines up for a slingshot punch on Cage, but gets flattened by Doyle. Omega gets the same treatment. Cage with a double suplex to the Omega powers. Ospreay is the face and pair after the break. And then we kind of get he's has a dilemma on who to tag in because we got Mox and Omega both reaching for the tag. He eventually chooses to tag Omega. We got that step up corner from Hechicero, which looks nasty. He locks Omega in a leg submission. Omega crawls to try and hesitantly tag Moxley. Hechicero switches to an armbar. Moxley stomps him. Omega and Mox work together to take out Cage and Doyle. Then Ospreay helps take out Hechicero. We get the Death Rider corner barrage to Hechicero, and Omega eventually gets in on it, and then a cutter from Moxley. Omega accidentally V-triggers Moxley. Hechicero nails that guillotine head scissors to Omega for 2. That's such a cool move.
He's cool.
Pump handle GTS from Omega, or to Omega from Cage. Then Cage and Hechicero pull Omega up into a forearm from Doyle for a 2 count. That was kind of cool. Then Hechicero ends up beating the knee strike, hidden blade, meet in the middle to get the faces the win. Omega tries to make peace. Mox shoves him, gets in his face. Ospreay tries to play peacemaker, gets shoved down by Omega. Ospreay shoves back and gets in his face. Then the Bucks come down. Mox shoves Matt, and then Moxbury end up brawling with the Bucks. RPG Vice try to attack Omega, but Omega takes them out easily.
Yeah.
And he lines up a V-trigger on both of them, and I thought it was beautifully framed.
Yeah.
Omega runs for the V-trigger, and Knight just flies in from out of frame over the ropes and hits Omega with the belt, and holds up both the TNT and World titles to end the show. So I thought that was a nice closing angle.
It was really good trios match, but
it was a good match. It's just not a main event when you look at the heels.
Not a main event feel, and Hechicero's funny because he's that's the build of luchador I generally don't enjoy because I find them all the same. Like the stocky guys him.
It's because he's
different.
So different.
He's really fun to watch. Yeah, I mean,
I
a
keep
really
forgetting
good trio.
Because they mentioned it here. He's CMLL World Champion, so we technically saw CMLL AEW World Champions wrestling, but there's just not a lot of fanfare to that.
But the babyface team, every single one of them is a way bigger star than every single one of the other teams. So
I would argue this team would have even been a little more formidable if you put in Davis in there.
Yeah, not a lot of drama,
he's occupied,
but a really fun match, and the crowd was into the babyface team working together.
And the point of the match is clear now, right? To get that post-match tension there. You had the tension between Mox and Omega, which creates heat between Omega and Ospreay, right? I thought they went about it really well. I liked the way they did that with that post-match angle, how it kind of just the way it escalated, I thought was really smart.
There's a lot of stuff in one really quickly, right?
Yeah, unfortunately it made it more crystal clear Knight has no shot of winning, but that's fine because I kind of thought it was already a foregone conclusion anyway. So to make it for Bandito and Knight to make it more obvious they're not winning, I'm I don't really care when it's already crystal clear to me. It doesn't hurt it anymore for me because I was already fully of that opinion, so I really don't care. If you want to make Knight look smart at the end of the show, I think that's just better for him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Redemption match is more just about getting Knight a meaningful main event breakthrough, right?
Yeah.
And honestly, if I'm Tony Khan, I know they said this match is the main event, right? So I know they probably won't. I would book Willow and Tekla as the main event because that's a way harder match to call.
I agree.
And I think it's more evenly star power, and I think women haven't gotten the main event spot for pay-per-view yet. I don't think so. I think that'd be really cool. I don't think it'll happen, but I would be booking that personally.
Before we get into our predictions there, what do you think overall this show?
I thought it was good, not great.
I agree. So
I'd probably go like a high B-, maybe a low B. But
I went a B. Just solid. Like
I'll go B then.
Love anything, but I didn't dislike anything either,
I love Jericho. He was great.
Oh yeah, that was that. So you hated it, but you hated it back around into like
it was so
funny.
bad I thought it was genuinely hilarious.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do our preview and predictions. We'll just tack it on right here. You do the heavy lifting here, and then I usually just go, I agree.
Go right in.
And just for the record, I haven't picked a match wrong in 2 pay-per-views for AEW, I believe.
Is that true?
I think we were both right for the 2 ago, and I was completely right on the last one.
Which was?
I don't know.
Tell me.
All Out.
Nope.
I don't know.
Not even close.
I don't know.
Forbidden Door.
Right. Oh, yeah.
All Out's not till like August, you buffoon. Or September, actually.
10 matches. Certainty
10
scores.
Matches. Okay. I'll go in order what I have here. We got Moxbury versus Young Bucks. I think, well, the Bucks likely need momentum heading in All In because I think we're doing the multi-man thing. I think it's more about what we can do to add tension to Ospreay Omega. I think Moxbury are going to win here. Maybe Mox tries some brutish tactics against the Bucks, and I'll irk Ospreay Omega or both. So I'm going to take Moxbury at a 4.
Interesting. Okay, so I also added a column on my chart, on my table, for the actual Vegas odds, so I can tell you who like the favorites are if you were to bet money on it, if they're a big favorite or not. So I went the other way. I just think the Bucks need this win ahead of All In, and the other guys don't because they're not a tag team and something could go wrong. I don't know. I'm not super certain on this one. I went 4 as well. I went Bucks 4.
Okay.
And the Death Riders are the favorite here. A slight favorite.
All right. They're both
a moderate favorite.
Moxbury. Yeah. Then we got Bang Bang Gang, Dogs in a chain match. Switchblade's still on the return high, and I doubt Bang Bang Gang are taking the loss as a result. Maybe the Dogs have a slight chance of winning to set up a Finlay White match, but I feel like you can do that regardless of who wins. So I'm taking Bang Bang Gang at a 6.
Exactly the same. Bang Bang Gang 6. They're finally healthy. It's time for them to gain some momentum as a group. The Dogs are emerging, but I think the Bang Bang Gang need this more.
Yeah.
And there was no Vegas odds for them or the 6-way ladder match, so okay. I can't tell you who the favorite was.
I guess because it's too recent.
I think so.
Recently announced, I mean. Painmaker versus Ciampa, no DQ. Yeah, I just Painmaker. I don't like Ciampa's lucky to win the first match.
You think so, eh?
I think, yeah. Jericho probably wants to protect this stupid gimmick, so
I just don't want to. So Jericho is the favorite.
You're basically throwing away your.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Ciampa.
Your perfect run.
I just think it's time for him to be like, no, I don't need to win feuds. I need to put guys over.
It's been time for a long time.
I'm gonna will it into existence. 3 for me. I'll take Ciampa.
I took Jericho to 7. Sorry.
And Jericho's a slight favorite.
Yeah. Then it's the ladder match to determine the number 1 contender for the International Championship. So far confirmed, we have Perry, Speedball, Mordos, Commander. This was announced super last minute. And I was like, it's kind of hard to pick such a random ladder match, right?
But there's process of elimination for sure.
Not even process of elimination. I don't need to eliminate nobody. I got a clear pick. It's for a shot at Fletcher. The choice becomes clear. We're doing the Speedball Fletcher rubber match.
Oh, interesting.
They at 1 win apiece. Fletcher's got a belt. I really don't see why you would have it. And if you want to do process elimination, Perry just re-signed, yes. So I think Perry's probably the second most likely pick.
That's what I was torn between a couple.
I'm not taking Perry. Mordos, absolutely not. Commander just lost to Fletcher. And the qualifiers thing is Clone or Rush, not Rouge. I don't think it's either them. And then Nick Wayne or someone. I'd like a no. So I think a Speedball, I think we give him a big win because he hasn't done much since the Jet Speeds breakup. And then I'm saying like, I think Speedball Fletcher will probably take place before All In. Because I think All In Fletcher's against Takeshita or Okada or both. But we give Fletcher and Speedball like half an hour on Dynamite and I'm good. So I'm taking Speedball to 5.
Okay, I was torn. There's a couple I'm making my picks now. I also had it for 5 and I will take Speedball. I was on the fence between him and Perry, but I will take just because I forgot. You remember their match histories and stuff, and I don't. Those are details I don't remember. So a rubber match plus I would love to see that again, to be honest. So
I think we need to see
I'm rooting for it.
Right. Then we get Mark Davis defending the national championship against Andrade El Idolo. Might be a hot take. I don't think Andrade is winning this.
Andrade is a massive favorite for betting odds.
I don't think he's winning this. The title is far beneath him. It will do him little to nothing to win this belt. And he's still teasing a feud with MJF. He has the ring. I think MJF's going to come back here, reclaim the ring, cost Andrade the match, and maybe that also pays a favor back to Callis. Then we build to Andrade versus MJF at All In, and we can keep Dunkzilla as champion as a bonus. So I'm going to take Davis at 3.
Okay.
But I don't think Andrade is winning.
I'm taking Andrade at 7. I just think they're kind of like, we gave Davis his reward for a really good singles run when Doyle was out, but it's time for Andrade to have gold. He's not going to have the main gold, so let's throw him a bone here. So Andrade was a very minus.
I'm not surprised,
favorite,
but
I'm taking him with 7.
I'm rooting for my boy here.
Sorry, sudden battery issue there, but we're back. Moving on from Andrade Davis.
It's Cope and Cage against Death Riders for the AEW World Tag Team titles. I kind of mentioned on Dynamite review, it's not been a very deeply built match. Just feels like to give Cope and Cage something to do.
Agree.
As the Death Riders are winning here, I think the Dogs had a better shot at Forbidden Door because that was actually built as a feud. So I'm taking the champs to retain it at 9.
Me too. And they are huge favorites, bigger favorites than Andrade. Yeah, one of the biggest favorites on the show. They are the tag champions for All In, right? They're not. Yeah. We're not having them lose before then.
Definitely not to these guys. At
Sorry,
least.
Pac, because you are on the B team, even though I love you.
Death Riders B team.
So they're not winning here.
Yeah. Then it's Shida versus Maya World for the TBS championship. I really want to see Maya World win this. I wish she could have qualified for the Survival of the Fittest because I think she was she's the kind of person I wanted to win that Survival of the Fittest match.
She is a tiny favorite going into this one.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I just like Shida's range of stars. So I don't fully expect her to lose here.
But it was random.
It was, but at the same time, I couldn't envision her beating Willow for the TUS title because she was doing with Statlander and Statlander and Willow are friends. So I could have seen Shida winning the belt, just maybe not so soon.
Okay.
So I can see Shida maybe they had to jump her up a bit, but I don't know. I'm gonna take Shida at a 2.
This is the most we've had different picks.
I'm really okay with being wrong. Fun. I would like to be wrong on this one.
I took Maya World with a 1 only because I just kind of want it to happen. And
yeah, I definitely want it to happen.
I like to talk about how AEW listens to the fans, and if they want something to happen, they might. And coupled with the fact that Shida winning was an audible, right? They didn't even want her as champion at this point. So, why not? Use a mid-card belt to put somebody over who's been getting hot lately. So I'm going to just believe AEW will do it. We'll see.
We'll see. Then it's the other women's match, Tekla defending the Women's World Championship against Willow. I think this one's the hardest to pick.
I could go either way still. So
I agree.
I'm interested what you say.
So on one hand, Tekla's been excellent. Has been a breath of fresh air for the division. I think she's a great champion who deserves to walk into All In with the belt. On the other hand, a heel versus heel match with Monet feels very odd, and I think Willow's the best babyface in the division, and she would make for a great champion.
Yes.
And would also set up a better match story-wise with Monet, since they have history. They're at 1 win apiece.
Yes.
The other point in favor of Tekla, though, is Monet is more likely than not winning the title at All In. And do we really want Willow to have her first world title run only be a month?
Okay.
I would hate that for her. So I'm a little torn.
Tekla's a slight favorite, if it helps you.
I really want Willow to be champion, and even more so I want her to beat Monet next month. But realistically, I don't have full confidence in that, so I am going to take Willow here. I just can't get behind a heel versus heel match for All In, but I'm not fully confident. Like I was saying with the heel versus heel match we had on Dynamite, Tekla Monet does not vibe with me. I love Tekla. I think she's great, but I don't think her versus Monet is a very interesting match other than purely from an in-ring standpoint. From an in-ring standpoint,
I think that's very
yes, true. Monet and Tekla are both fantastic, and I think that'd be a good match. But you have to bear in mind one of them would have to play the babyface in that scenario. And is Monet really likable right now? Hell no. Is Tekla's a bully, so it really doesn't make sense either way. Meanwhile, if we pivot to Willow Monet, yes, I don't want Willow to lose, but I think she'll be here for a bit. She can easily have another title run next year. Mm-hmm. Willow Monet, we know is good from an in-ring standpoint. Their characters would contrast better because yes, Monet's character is all blah blah blah, but it just still contrasts better against Willow's character. And then we have a clear babyface to root for, unless they plan on turning Monet face. But I think if they were going to do that, they made a misstep by not doing that through the tournament. You know what I mean?
When she first came back, I thought that's what they were doing.
I also thought that.
And then it's nope, she's just the same.
I don't think they're going to terminate face because then I think having her act like a heel in her return match was a mistake, and also having Monet go up against like the sympathetic babyface Maya World in the finals was a huge mistake if you at all planned on making Monet a babyface before All In. So I'm gonna take Willow out of 1. It really could go either way. That would be the babyface title change I'm hoping for here.
I also took Willow with 2, and it hurts me because Tekla has been killing it lately, and they need a babyface champion for Monet at All In, I think. And
I agree.
Willow's the best choice in that capacity.
Yeah, and like again, it sucks for her to only be a month in, but
I also think we now know, like they know, we can circle back to Tekla anytime. She's got it.
I agree, yeah.
She's kind of made herself a little bit off of this, even this brief run. So it can be like, we know she's got it. It's just the timing isn't like her Monet. You're right. The dynamic there is incredibly different.
It's good and it's proven.
From Willow, Monet will be awesome. So, and then hopefully Willow gets a title run, even if it's short. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so.
But yeah, I took it with 2.
All right.
Not
Willow with 2, sorry?
Willow for 2, yeah.
Okay. That's there. Okay, then it's Fletcher Bandito. It's probably the match I'm looking forward to the most. I'm pretty excited for this one.
Fletcher, not as big a favorite as Andrade.
Fletcher's taking this.
That's crazy.
I'm certain.
Not as big a favorite as Cage and Copeland.
Fletcher's taking this, absolutely. Like I said, I'm confident he's either facing Takeshita or Okada or both at All In. So I'm taking Fletcher with an 8.
Yep, I just said he has stories going on leading to All In. Bandito doesn't really. I have Fletcher with 8 as well.
Okay, interesting.
I bet I know what your 10 is.
Kenny Omega, Kevin Knight for the AEW World Championship. I think Knight's great.
Omega is an overwhelming favorite.
But yeah, it's merely throwing his hat in the ring to get him in the main event scene in a meaningful way. So it's Omega at a 10 for me.
Exactly. We all know what the main event at All In is going to be. They're not going from Ospreay Omega
to Ospreay
Kevin Knight. No offense to Kevin Knight. Big fan of Kevin Knight. But yeah, this is just like, you're now in that orbit. You know.
Like I get what they're doing here and I'm totally okay with it.
Yeah.
It's just, it's not happening.
I agree with you. Willow Tekla should be the main event.
Like, I don't think it's gonna be a scenario where, like Revolution last year, Mae Storm was awesome and everyone was like that should have been the main event, and Moxley Copeland sucked. I don't think Omega Knight's gonna suck.
It's just like, a formality.
It's just an unbelievable formality compared to like a match where like the result will be quite interesting.
Yes,
I think the most interested I've been in a women's match in a while, and that's just because that one segment of Bill was great and it's
quality should be good of the match.
Like it just makes sense. And they've given the women the main event spot a few times in ROH pay-per-views. Like Athena's main evented a few times, I think. Yeah. I think Athena main evented with Willow before. So I would really like to see the main event here. I know they said Omega Knight was the main event already. I really don't care if they just lie straight to my face and pivot. Like,
I don't think Omega would care either.
I don't think so.
I think he's a proponent of women's
wrestling. He's going to get the main event of the biggest show of the year. Right. He's fine.
Yeah, he's fine. He'll be all right.
He already main evented Dynasty with MJF too. Like he'll live. Yeah.
All right. I think that's going to wrap up all our AEW talk for now. We'll take a break, do a little bit of trivia here in our segment we like to call Off the Top of His Head. A, I'm feeling kind of lazy, and B, these are fun, I think. So I'm going back to the Guess the Wrestler in 5 Clues or Fewer from Cage Side Seats. So we'll start, maybe 3 of them. We'll start with today's, okay?
Okay.
Former AAA mixed tag champ.
Penta.
I think. Interesting. It is not Penta. Member of Los Wagner Maniacos. I mean, his name's in there. Try Dr. Wagner. All right. Let's try Dr. Wagner. Or do you want El Hijo? Is it Dr. Wagner Jr. or El Hijo to Dr. Wagner Jr.?
I'll go Dr. Wagner Jr. because it sounds like it's an older faction.
No, it is not. Debuted with a Pink Panther-inspired gimmick.
No idea.
Just we can pass if you wish. Why are you drumming? Returned dressed as a mariachi to help Grande Americano defeat Chad Gable at Noche de los Grandes.
Oh, it's like I don't know how to say their name.
Try.
Like
Or spell it.
Pimpinela Escalera.
Oh, was it?
That? You know what I mean?
Yes.
The one from Lucha Underground?
Escalada?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
His current Scarlet Pimpernel-inspired gimmick is credited with helping to revive Lucha Libre's Exotico tradition. That was the last clue.
Okay, interesting.
All right. We'll try another one. Clue number 1. Wrestled and played football through college. Could be literally anyone.
Baron Corbin.
Is he not in here? In their database? Does he spell Baron different?
O-N?
Oh, he does. Oh, that's what I put in.
I was going to say, how'd you spell it?
That's how I spell it. A member of Paul Jones' army.
That doesn't pass. That's not helpful.
Meaningless? That is a meaningless clue. Started in wrestling as a referee.
Oh, I mean, we know it's Jarrett, but I don't think he played football. I don't.
Football playing ref? I don't know.
No idea.
No idea. Lost. Oh, it's old. Lost to Bruno Sammartino in his last successful defense of Sammartino's second WWF reign. That's hard.
Stasiak? Stan Stasiak? I don't know.
I like it. Stan Stasiak, imagine. Nope. His brain claw finisher.
Oh, Baron von Raschke?
Was censored on WW.
I don't know how to spell Raschke.
I got it. Yeah, that's right. Banned in 1970s for being too violent. That's crazy. Too violent. What was it? Just like a...
The Von Erich Claw. That's what it is.
That's it, eh? Too violent. All right, we'll try another one. Competed in a Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. That's a nice clue.
Shane Thorne.
Nice. I don't even think he exists in here.
Do we need
Shane Haste.
Do we need... Yeah.
Shane Haste is
Do we need
there.
to call him Slapjack?
No. Has faced both Lucha Bros in Lucha de Apuestas. Sorry. Pronunciation is not good. No guess? We don't learn Spanish here in Canada, so we're just guessing. Former Lucha Underground Trios champion.
Oh.
You got 2 more clues.
That's like a pretty... See, the first person I think of is
Angelico,
but he wasn't in.
We haven't talked about Angelico in so long. He's the best.
Angelico's awesome. I don't know who else was in, like, who was Lucha Underground Trios champion.
Could be anyone.
Like
Aerostar, maybe. I don't know. Drago.
But I'm trying to think that would have been in the Dusty Cup.
Oh, true. True.
Like, I don't know. Was Swerve?
You want to try Swerve?
Yeah.
Swerve.
So maybe Killshot held those, and then Swerve was in the Dusty Cup once. I don't know.
Started his career in an indie stable with John Moxley, the future LA Knight, and the man who would become the Blade.
Tongaloa.
Interesting stuff. Tongaloa?
He was in a faction with LA. No, I'm thinking of the one with LA Knight and Galloway. Never mind.
You got another clue still.
Go with it then. I was thinking the wrong group. So I was thinking the TNA group with Eli Drake and Galloway with
Oh, I think I know who it is now. Lost the TNA Impact World title to Tessa Blanchard.
Oh, Sami Callihan?
I think so.
See, I thought it might be him when you said he was in a faction with Moxley. I just didn't want to jump the gun.
It makes sense, right? They seem like
he
they
was in a
belong
Dusty
together.
Cup? I guess maybe in like 2015 or something.
You want one more? Last one.
Wait, wasn't him?
No, it was Sam.
Oh.
It was Sam. I'm saying one more.
Oh, okay.
One more round.
Yeah, sure.
Last one. Former WWF/E World Tag Champ.
Kenzo Suzuki.
Wow. I don't know if he exists in here. Kenzo? No.
No? Okay, I gotta do a different one.
Yep, because it's their database of names.
The Brian Kendrick.
Wow. He is there, but no They did not consider him a the.
He is the.
Trained by Shawn Michaels.
The Brian Kendrick.
Daniel Bryan. That's what I was thinking. They always say that, right? No. Won his first ever match on Raw thanks to Stone Cold Steve Austin. So that at least gives you a time period.
Does it? He could have cameoed.
True. Won his first match thanks to Austin.
No idea. Skip.
Scabat. Teamed with Bryan Danielson in Japan early in both their careers.
That's surprisingly unhelpful. Who I don't know.
No guesses?
Who would have gotten help from Austin that would team with Danielson? That makes me think like it's Austin.
It's just a guess. It's not a no. It's a guess.
I know. It's just I can't even think of a guess.
All right. Last clue. This deceased wrestler's peaks in WWE came when he was tagging, with Trevor Murdoch. Rip.
Lance Cade?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I'm assuming because that's where I'm getting to off that. Yes. Interesting.
I have no idea why he would
trained by Shawn Michaels.
Austin's orbit ever.
I didn't know.
I might have known that, but not like off the top of my head.
Oh, wow. All right, so last thing we're going to do, we're going to talk about a little bit of NXT in our final segment, and then I think we'll wrap up with you talking a bit of figures that are newly released. We'll do that in what we call Highspots and Restholds. Let's talk some NXT. It's the first thing we'll go over here. So this week opened with a lot of Robert Stone, a lot of people wanting to talk to Robert Stone this week and get matches made and whatnot. So he's backstage talking to a referee about how he wants to make sure that Tony D and Naraku don't touch ahead of their main event match tonight for the title. The Hale sort of interrupts, desperately wants to talk to Stone, but he's too busy. And then Natty's like, but you're not too busy for low-key legend Natty, who comes in.
That's a terrible thing to say.
She's going to make Jada tap again tonight. Stone is also on the phone saying he'll see whoever he's talking to. He's like, I'll see you tonight. So a lot of stuff going on. Okay,
because I see.
Lots of stuff going on here, right? So I'll talk about Natty later, I guess. There's something I do like about Natty, but not much. So opening match, it's Saquon Sugars. Remember, who did he recruit to be his partners? That was the story of last week.
Dar and the other one.
Correct. Romero are his partners going up against Dark State. And the match is partially about Lennox just trying to avoid Sugars at this point because that story has to continue, apparently. Eventually, Sugars sends Lennox through the cardboard wall, and that leaves Moreno alone. So he ends up I forget what happened to Noam Dar. He takes the Dark State finisher and the pinfall after 10 minutes. I thought it was a fine 6-man tag. Moreno does fly around a lot for sure. I was saying on LFG, they're like, man, you got to do less, but he likes to do stuff for sure.
He does.
And it's a nice contrast to Dark State style because the guys that are left in Dark State are not doing any of that stuff. So action was good. But I mean, the inclusion of Dar and Moreno seemed kind of random. And they're just there in support of a Lennox and Sugars feud that I don't know if we need that much more of it, but we're definitely getting more of it.
Some sort of super violent stipulation.
We'll get some sort of stip for sure. I don't know what it's going to be. Lizzie Rain finds NXT more hectic than the mosh pits back home. Like she can't utter a line that's not
related.
Like 100% of her identity is heavy metal woman. So everything she says and does is for that reason. But anyways, Jada Parker's there, Thea's there, Ren's there, Kendall Gray's there, and some other tiny blonde I didn't recognize. I think it's Skylar Ray because she's in a match later. Didn't know it was her at the time. Jada's complaining about Natty. Kendall kind of suggested it's Jada's fault that Natty's there. That kind of creates tension, obviously, between Kendall Gray and Jada Parker. Parker assures the rest of them there that she will end Natty tonight. So they're back in the locker room this week. They went with the in-ring, everyone talks several weeks now.
Step up.
We're back where we're comfortable in the change room. So the only reason for this segment to exist seems to be to start something with Gray and Parker for some reason. And Kendall Gray's interesting because she's obviously a baby face, but she's also like, she says what she wants because she can back it up. She's kind of playing it like the traditional male role. They let the men do this and not so often the women. She's kind of like, she's the one antagonizing other people a little bit just by kind of telling the truth, right? Here, like, Natty's only here because you pissed her off sort of thing, right? But anyways, it's just interesting to see because they put Ren as so babyface, and then Kendall's beside her
kind of less
so. So I'm wondering where that's going to go. We get Lola Vice and Kendall Gray face to face in the ring. Lola summarizes her run in NXT, and Gray basically tells Lola she did great until she ran into Kendall Gray. So again, it's more like, yeah, your story's cool, but like it stopped when I get here.
Yeah.
Like she's a different kind of babyface to me. Lola says that Gray is someone who needs validation. Gray says that she doesn't need it, but she got it a whole lot quicker than Lola Vice ever did. Vice says she looks like a champion with or without the belt. I think she was trying to call Gray insecure here, but the way she said it, man, like made it sound like, I forget how she phrased it. It made it sound like it was directed at herself when it was clearly she was trying to say it about Kendall Gray. So it got a bit mixed up there. Gray says that after she's done whipping Vice's ass, she can go back to shaking it.
That's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Lola has never lost a Lucha Underground match. So thoughts? This Kendall Gray, the first one to win?
Lucha Underground.
Sorry, an underground match. Lucha Underground, any kind of underground.
It's first time for everything. They always said about Hangman and Texas Death until Swerve beat him.
And if they're ever going to do it, like they love Kendall Gray, right?
Yeah, like, you know what I mean?
So
you got to break that seal with everything at some point.
Vice is running the risk of like, I don't know, it feels like every promo now she gets a little bit choked up. And this one is right near the beginning.
I remember the one where she was fake crying really bad. I don't remember what feud that was, but it was really bad.
So she needs...
I think it might have been Perez.
It's going to stop losing its effect if she's getting choked up all the time. And again, Gray is interesting because she is not...
Boy who cried wolf, but it's just boy who cried.
She is not a white meat baby face at this point. So it's kind of interesting. We get Hank trying to take on Keanu Carver. Carver attacked Hank at a pay-per-view and then beat up Tank because Tank tried to defend Hank in a match. So now Hank circled back around. Doesn't go well for him either. He loses to Carver in 6 minutes. Pretty weak-looking pounce. And then Carver's like, not quite Alabama Slam, but something similar to that I don't love.
It's one of those weak-ass spinebuster finishers. I remember seeing it.
Hank got a bit throughout this. Nothing more really than a quick momentum win for Carver, who's now beaten each member of Hank and Tank. After the match, Carver continues his assault, slams Tank on the announce table until, Eli Prosper comes out? EK Prosper.
Because he was Eli Knight before. You kind of just mashed his names.
I did. He comes out. Carver falls victim to the numbers game finally. So it's kind of weird because the baby faces stand tall after a 3-on-1 beatdown. You know what I mean? Like, how babyface is
I guess
that?
He's just like a threat.
Yeah.
So we gotta protect everyone.
Carver needs work, taking offense and selling, kind of everything. Short matches like this where he gives a little bit makes sense. He has the look and the presence, but he needs to work on pretty much everything. I'm curious. I think his ceiling might be pretty high because he doesn't have to do a ton. It's not AEW, right? He just has to be functional.
That's the unfortunate truth.
Like, Oba's actually a good working big man, but he doesn't even have to be that good, I don't think, to be with the way he talks and the way he looks.
Sad but true.
Right, I think. Natty, again, offers to help make Thea Hale better since what she's doing on her own isn't working. So this is Natty's thing. She's like very like backhanded compliments and very snotty to people. Thea tells Natty she doesn't like her. And I guess this is telling us what Natty's going to do next. I was like, oh man, she's sticking around longer because now she's going to enter a program with Thea Hale. Hooray.
True.
Though Thea has nothing to do. So Shiloh Hill met Danhausen the night before. So everything I said about Shiloh Hill, right? This is like the confirmation now. He's officially like a joke character. Like,
I saw that interaction in Stone's office. That was terrible.
Yeah, you did. So in this one, they're in Danhausen's lab, which is like a slapstick, kind of ridiculous looking. And Shiloh is looking to replace the tooth that Angel smashed because in WWE canon, does he even do the tooth thing? Danhausen?
I haven't seen the teeth jar yet.
Because in the Indies and in AEW, he had a jar of teeth with him. So I was wondering, because this actually makes sense, but then I'm like, did WWE Universe even know this makes sense? Because Shiloh Hill's coming to him to ask for a tooth because he got his tooth smashed. But anyways, Shiloh Hill doesn't have any human monies, so he pays with Bitcoin, and Danhausen has no idea what Bitcoin is.
It's just the fact that you had to say human monies.
So I think it was on like a thumb drive, and Danhausen's just randomly trying to like just shove it in the computer somehow. I
don't think I ever want to see them interact because that's just terrible.
So this is just telling me what I knew, what I've been saying about Hill. Like, he started out kind of interesting, and they've decided he's like a ridiculous kind of comedy guy now. So
they decide he's the worst.
Although there's more of him coming up, and we'll talk about it because you were there. Yeah. We get Natty taking on Jada Parker. Vic asks why so many people have a problem with Jada. And this is one of those times where I love where he's setting up Booker for Booker to say something, and Booker is just not a willing participant.
He's just on a different planet.
He is. So he's kind of like, why do you think so many people have trouble with Jada? And I'm sure Booker's expected to say something like, well, she's no nonsense and she tells it like it is, but he just is not interested in participating in this at all. And it makes me laugh. So my favorite part about Natty is I do like that she calls herself the low-key legend, but like
that's terrible.
Low-key meaning like nobody knows about it, but then it's emblazoned on her tights and she says it all the time and introduces herself like that. So it's the opposite of that, which is kind of funny to me. Because it's not low-key when it's like all you talk about and when all is on your tights in a giant font. So that kind of makes me laugh. But where are we? Lots of involvement from Natty's crew. The ref doesn't seem to care. I actually at one point double checked to make sure this wasn't no DQ because I'm like, what? They're just doing stuff and he seems to be aware of it. Anyways, Jada applies a sharpshooter. Nikita wants to throw in the towel, but Carmen Petrovic stops her. The towel is thrown in, and I don't know if the camera work was terrible or they didn't want us to know, but it was thrown in. They have to show us on a replay. It was Thea Hale kind of sidles up to them, grabs the towel, and throws it in. 14 minutes long, this match, which for NXT is like a half hour, basically. So the match was fine. I just feel like I just saw this, and I really didn't need it again. But then we get Thea Hale involved, so it makes sure she's up next. And we have to get more Natty Jada if this is the finish, yes? Of the second match?
I guess.
Because we're now 1-1 and Natty never really lost.
So I guess so.
It's not stopping. And then Thea Hale's
like protecting Natty?
I guess. She's a low-key legend, after all. So I don't know if Hale is the next thing or if it's going to be a quick, like, your fodder for Natty and we're right back to Jada Parker, but she's definitely dealing with both of them. There are multiple hype packages for the Tony Naraku match. And it makes me laugh because it's like, here's a summary of everything Naraku did that's so crazy and violent. We won't mention that he lost the match clean in 10 minutes. Like, we don't need this match. But anyways.
Makes sense.
Kalani Jordan's backstage with Robert Stone now, showing footage of her match, claiming the ref made a mistake. And what was it that she kicked out or that the other girl didn't kick out on a pinfall and she should be number one contender. I can't remember what the details are. OTM walk up. I thought this was kind of funny too. Stone tells them they get a match with Birthright next week, but Nima is double booked with AAA later in August. So they have to decide which place he'd wrestle. So are we to believe one of these moments that the company books you in two places? WWE books you, CMLL books you, or sorry, AAA. They work together and they go, it's up to you which one you go to, employee. Like, that's not how things work. They tell you.
Okay, but it's because so like.
We're sowing tension between Price and Nima, obviously, right? Because it's like, he's going to choose.
All the brands are like separate companies in kayfabe. Like, or it's like, you know, Raw, like, because like Pierce is the one booking Raw, and all, you know what I mean. So it's like AAA is like a different promotion,
but just for like the $1 billion corporation to be like, it's up to you, low level employee, which thing you attend. Like I don't know.
No,
I thought
it's funny.
I thought it was kind of funny. What else would we get? Nico Vance taking on Sean Spears, and we're supposed to care about this because Spears is a good guy because the bad guys don't want him anymore. It's one of those, right?
Like, I remember you saying that when Toxic Attraction
he's literally done nothing. They're just
the bad guys.
The bad guys don't like
bad
you.
To him now.
Right? So now we're supposed to love him. So commentary spend a lot of time trying to paint Spears as the good guy who is just trying to be helpful during his time with the culling, like gaslighting us into being like, his goal with the culling was noble and they should have been baby faces, but they just turned on him, right? Like, he had really noble goals for this.
Yeah, it's not like he was trying to turn them, right? You could do that, and it's like, okay, maybe.
It felt weird that Vic was working so hard to do this. Like, when he started the culling, you know, like.
Tell, not show.
Yeah, exactly. We get an Izzy Rain distraction. Man, why are they immediately putting Izzy Dame and Lizzie Rain in a like angle together? It's just kind of mean. So Izzy Rain
for you.
Yes, distraction saves Nico Vance from going through the announce table. Spears gets a chair. Izzy gets up on the apron. Lizzie comes down to take her out. Spears does the Eddie Guerrero chair spot. The ref falls for it. Nico Vance is disqualified after 11 minutes. Honestly, it was a pretty physical battle. with the KG veteran, because Nico Vance is very physical and like just straightforward kind of wrestler, and you have the KG veteran finding a way to win. So I guess it furthers the Vance Spears story, and we were getting lots of
Vance wasn't winning.
People saying 10s and Dame and Lizzie Rayner. Obviously,
we should bring back 10.
Well, that is the only way to babyface him, I think, at this point. More Robert Stone. He's talking to Cam Hendricks now. Cam Hendricks, what did I tell you his gimmick was last week?
I don't know.
What does he like to do? Refer
to someone as a third person.
Nope. It's all about numbers for him. He's 67.2% healed. Here's something else I don't understand. Miles Bourne and Tavion Heights come in, and Miles Bourne is like, hey, Robert Stone, I want a tag title match with myself and Heights. So now he's like...
Was he the one who didn't want it?
Yes, he's the one. It's like, it's time to focus on singles stuff, and I have a singles belt, and now he's like, anyway, I don't know. He's willing to defend his title against Hendricks if he can have the tag shot. And then, of course, suddenly Hendricks is totally fine and cleared and gets the match against Bourne. And if Bourne wins, he and Heights get a tag title shot. I don't understand the relationship between Bourne and Heights. I don't understand.
They used to be tag partners.
There was a falling out. Then it was like nothing ever happened. Then there was a definite falling out. And then it seemed to be settled. And now they're back together. And we're going for tag titles, even though the whole thing was Bourne has forgotten Heights to go on his singles. I don't know, man. I don't get it. Anyways,
Makes sense.
Here's where you were here. We get another Reign of Vulcan vignette, and it felt almost exactly the same. Maybe it was the same. I think it was different.
They just repeat the same.
They give her corny lines to say, man. And
I guarantee it can't be worse than Painmaker.
Then we get our debut, and here's how we're gonna book this. We're bringing in Reign of Vulcan, who's this...
Isn't it Vulcan or Vulcan?
Vulcan, who is this like powerhouse. So we're going to put her in a match against an 80-pound little blonde Skylar Ray, and we're going to have Skylar Ray get like 80% of this match.
It almost made sense.
And then we're going to have a torture rack, and then it's over.
Oh, it almost made sense, too, because you're making it make sense.
Don't understand. So I even started writing. Ray gets a brief flurry, and then I figured it's going to be over. And then I'm like, nope, she gets a whole bunch more offense until a slam and a torture rack. I don't understand. She has a hard time. This new monster force in the women's division can barely beat a tiny woman who isn't even on the NXT roster. I don't understand the choice here. You run 2 weeks of vignettes of her being this like powerhouse athlete, and then it's like, I hit 2 moves and I won against nobody.
Because she's so powerful, she doesn't need to hit all those moves.
I guess so. It's that simple.
Yeah.
And then you saw Shiloh Hill say the fog is coming. Right? And he needs to put angels down. So he's trying to do this thing where he's like super intense, and then he flips the switch. So Stone gives Hill the match for next week, and then Hill flips from intense to like the lighthearted, fun-loving dude.
KFC.
And then it was an ad for KFC as well. Right? Was it popcorn chicken?
Yeah, he was like, oh, how'd you know I like KFC popcorn chicken? I just groaned because I was like, oh my God.
There was all on Robert Stone that, as the general manager of a TV show does while he's on live, just eating fried chicken. It's generally what happens. Main event time. It's the rematch nobody wanted. It's Tony D defending against Naraku for the AEW championship.
What?
Wow, sorry. NXT championship. Wrong show. Immediate missed from Naraku. It's like, what do my notes mean? Immediate mitts, ... shouldn't matter, ... Tony already beat Naraku with one eye. Fair point by me.
Look at you remembering things.
Booker, this is another one where Vic is trying to like set up, like, don't you think this no DQ or street fight, whatever it is, street fight, don't you think it really favors Naraku? And Booker is just also not. It's like he's just like, I will not pull in the same direction as you, brother. I'm just going to pull against you. So
because Booker T just does God knows what.
And he's supposed to love the heels. And so Vic's teeing it up like, doesn't this...
Honestly, Vic's a lot better than people give him credit for.
He is, and he's working with complete dead weight beside him. Like, the worst commentator
I remember Vic,
every year.
We had Vic when Black and Gold was dying out. He wasn't bad.
He's fine, right? He's totally fine. Obviously, we get chairs, stairs, trash cans, ladders, tables. Tony gets suplexed onto
all the same crap
4
chairs. Every WWE street fight ever in the last like 10 years.
Naraku through the barricade, yes. Tony through the announce table. Tony blocks the mist with his hands, rubs it in Naraku's face ahead of a kendo stick attack. Naraku slammed off the steps through the table. It was his finisher.
His lame spine buster that
what's
half
it called?
The roster does now. Forget about it. I don't know.
No, I think it's something else now. I can't remember.
Slap face.
Anyways, Tony D again wins clean in 13 minutes. So
at least this time it took him longer.
What are we doing here? And wins clean, obviously the street fight, so lots of weapons and stuff. It actually was a pretty fun weapons match, especially for NXT and the WWE world, but the build was lacking. I don't care about either man in this match. Tony, I don't know what consensus is. I would love to know, actually. I think he's one of the worst champions I can remember of a major thing that I watch.
Well, my thing too is you look at the fall from grace for the NXT championship lineage.
Yes.
We started with Seth Rollins and now we're here.
And hopefully we get an infusion because the show is basically coming to an end. Santana, or whatever he's going to be called, because they certainly didn't give him any name there. And
I saw they have gone with Santana now, so hopefully that is truthful.
They'll change it. They went with Kenta for a week too, and then changed it. So Santana's there as Tony is celebrating. I honestly did not think Mike Santana got a very good reaction. I really like him, and my God, do they need an infusion of talent at the top.
I feel like TNA's done their darnest to like neuter him, even though they were trying to push him. And it's not even like they neutered him where like, okay, because it's obvious they want, like WWE were going to sign him. They've been neutering him because like they should have had him win the title from Trick and Slam versus, remember they waited too long.
Yes.
They had him win the title and not defend it for a month because they weren't doing live TV. Then the first time they did live TV because Kazarian cashed in on him and he lost the title, and then like he just dropped. Like I feel like they've been booking Santana bad, so I feel like it's really damaged his brand generally. In the last
think
years.
He's a great fit for a like top of the card NXT. He certainly doesn't need any development. Like if he's not developed by now, then. But he also like you can't tell me Santana's a guy that's going to excel on main roster because he's not.
No, he's a mid-carder at best.
But he can be a really good champion in NXT and help a lot of people and work against youngsters, right? I think it's a really good spot for him. They need more people at the top of that card because the cupboard is pretty bare. Mm-hmm. But anyways, that was NXT this week. So let's go old school. We're going into a little bit of figuring it out here. You got some updates you want to talk about from, what was it, San Diego? Is that Comic-Con?
Yeah, the big one? Comic-Con.
All right, so what are the figures that you think are...
I think I screenshot everything, so you should be able to plug in images if you so wish.
Screenshot it on Mom's computer?
No.
On yours, so you can
I
airdrop it?
can send them to you, yeah.
Okay.
So like there's a lot of stuff, and I'm sure they're going to reveal more, and I couldn't possibly care to do it all.
Yeah.
So there were like a couple things I remember, like I think I told you there was WCW era Terry Funk with the hardcore title, which
that's cool.
That's your era.
It is.
And also I like just because the new belt I don't think they've done yet.
Nice.
There's stuff like that I thought was cool. Or there's the Build-A-Figure Harvey Whippleman for I think the Royal Rumble wave, which I thought was funny. But anyways, the things I actually care about, they did there's an Elite 3-pack they revealed for the Mania 1 or Mania 41 Night 1 main event from last year, the Rollins Reigns Punk match. Punk's in like his yellow gear with the gray cloth hoodie. Roman's in black and white gear, which is the same as the Elite figure they just released. It's just got a different head scan, which looks kind of rough. Most importantly, the only thing I could possibly care about is Rollins is in all white.
Yep.
And it looks beautiful. Is this something I would buy just for the Seth Rollins? Yes.
That's crazy.
So we'll see. Then this one's kind of cool. Was they did a Legends Ultimate Mr. Perfect.
Yeah, I love Mr. Perfect.
He's in like the orange singlet. I think he's got 4 heads. One of the heads is like the spitting gum.
Awesome.
Which I think is pretty cool.
And smack it.
He's got the football thing from like, because he did vignettes throwing a football, right?
To himself.
He's got that, yeah.
Yes.
And he's got the sweat towel. He's got the ISC title. Now, the coolest thing I thought from this, which is why I made note of it, was he comes with the smashed winged eagle. Because you know that one segment where he smashes the winged eagle with the hammer? It comes with that, with like the broken piece. So I thought that's really cool. I'm really curious to see how that works out.
I'm a mid-card heel lover of that era. He's like the emblematic of that for me.
Like him and like Rick Rude.
Yes, I love both of those guys so much.
And then I was telling you about this one, the new Ultimate Edition 33 Sheamus, because it's still in
good
production.
Timing.
Yeah. It's got this cold water technology where you pour water on his chest and it'll like do the bruising from the chops. It's pretty cool.
It's funny because he bruises up fast in that pail.
They're using that same technology they're doing an Elite 2-pack with Liv Morgan and Chucky because
why not?
Obviously.
What you do.
I was telling you they're doing a new Elite line with the Universal Horrors crossover because they've done like monsters line. Remember? Because remember, there's like that werewolf Roman Reigns, mummy Chris Jericho. There's like a vampire Undertaker. Or
Hot
there
sellers,
was there's zombies line.
Yes,
remember, there's
that
mutants.
too.
There's the forearm Brock Lesnar.
I don't remember that.
Alien Stardust.
I remember zombies though.
Yeah, the zombies were around a lot. They did Jacob Fatu as Wolfman, Punk as Dracula, which I don't really care about. Owens as Zombie Ed. The coolest ones I thought were Kane as Michael Myers, so it's like white mask Kane in the Michael Myers jumpsuit.
Cool.
And people were saying it could be like cocaine from the Indies because there's gay Kane, there's blue Kane, and there's
cocaine is on JCW.
I think cocaine's the best one. And also John Cena is the Invisible Man.
Cocaine and Steven Flo, they're good friends.
Ultimate Edition Penta in his green look from last year's Mania. That one looks really cool. It's got like a cloth jacket, and then what they do for Penta, it's really weird. He's got interchangeable mouths instead of interchangeable heads. So it's just like you take out the faceplate because the way his mask works, right? You just take out the faceplate. That's the only part you really need to change for his expression.
That's weird.
It looks really awesome though because Penta's like so toyetic. It's ridiculous.
He is.
They're doing AAA figures now because of course they are. Mr. Iguana has a couple.
First one.
I don't care. The coolest one for me I think is Psycho Clown.
Yep.
Because he's got an ultimate, and I don't know if you ever seen him do it. He's got the thing where he rips his mask, so it's like skin peeling. It's got like that fleshy red part underneath. So it's got an alternate head for that, and then an alternate like mask. He's got one mask. It looks like when Sting some of the Sting figures would come with like a Sting mask. It looks like that. So I'm not sure if it's meant to go over the ripped face or whatever. I don't know.
That's cool for those guys to get figures.
I think
globally
and
distributed.
I think the Psycho Clown one's really cool. And then I was telling you they're doing like classic AAA people like Psychosis, Conan, the classic version of La Parka. So I'm assuming maybe WCW era La Parka.
Mm-hmm.
And then Rey Mysterio, like Rey Mysterio Jr.
Chubby La Parka, not new skinny La Parka. It's insulting.
Then they're doing Elite AJ Styles from Crown Jewel last year with the retro TNA gear he wore, which I think is really cool. Then one of my favorite reveals was the Firefly Funhouse 3-pack, which you get Firefly Funhouse Bray, the Final Form version of The Fiend, and then Muscleman Bray. I think it's really cool because the Final Form Fiend, for those who don't know, was the concept look for the Fiend's return in 2023, but then I don't think it came to fruition because R.I.P. Bray Wyatt.
Yes.
But it looks really cool. It's got like a stretched out Fiend face lantern. And I think Muscle Man Bray is really funny. Yeah.
Legit.
So I think that's a really cool set. Then 2 more Rollins. One comes with like crutches and a jacket. So it's weird because you have Elite 128 Rollins, and then there's a Saturday night's main event Elite Rollins.
Uh-huh.
The second one, both of them come with the custom briefcase he had last year. The second one, I think, is from the match. He first wore it when him and Breaker teamed with Zayn and Punk at Saturday's main event, but then he also wore it in that match where he got quote injured, which I think is what the Saturday night's main event Elite is from. But then they're both like all black gear, so I don't know what the one with the crutches is from then, because it's not from SummerSlam because he wore street gear. So I don't know, I'm confused. One's from Saturday main event, one's not.
Maybe they got it wrong.
I don't know. But yeah, more Rollins, which is cool for me. And then there's other things like Brock Lesnar as Zangief for Street Fighter, other things. They're still releasing the Xavier Woods with a really big hat.
Oh my god, I remember those when they were doing the
morning of the tag division.
Right.
Yeah,
cool. That's it.
I think so. Yeah, there's not enough I need to really mention other than those. Yeah.
All right. Well, we are definitely looking forward to Redemption on Sunday. If we love it and have time, maybe we'll talk about it. I always say that and then we don't. But
I can't remember last time we did.
There's a non-zero chance that we would record it separately, but if not, we'll tack it on to episode 315 next Saturday. I think that's going to be it for us this week. We appreciate you checking us out. Come back next week, bring some friends for the next episode, and until then, everybody, take care.